It's Mandala Monday. I am going to color in a mandala. My plan is what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to work on some of this live, start it live, um, and then my progress on that, and some of what I do live, I'm going to actually create a video to music only, edit it, and post that maybe as a short. And then I'm also going to record my progress throughout and then upload that video. So anything that I did after this live, that's my plan. Probably saying it out loud on here just so that I have something to remind me because I got a lot going on today. So I'm going to start out with, I'm going to try using alcohol markers in here first. So, and this is in the book. Can I do this without Creative Pages Coloring Book Flower Mandalas? So that's the book. Got it from Ollie's. Um, and this is pretty big and kind of intricate. So I know I'm not going to finish all of it, during this live. Hey, Mandy. So let me get my alcohol markers. And I haven't decided on colors or anything for this. I'm just winging it. I need to put my phone out the way. Hope nobody calls me because the sound is off. Sound is always off. I don't like the telephone. Any kind of telephone, I don't like it. I just don't. Let's see. I forgot I have them so nice and straight in here. I don't think I can show them though. You can't see them, but I forgot how I organized this, so that's kind of nice. I'm probably just going to pull out colors and see what happens. I'm thinking what I'm going to do with this is use alcohol markers and then I may go in with pencil or gel pens or something like that as well. I'm just going to play, basically, is what I'm going to do. Because I am in that process of trying to figure out how markers work, alcohol markers, and for that acrylic markers, but I'm still working on the acrylic marker things. So it seems like this is a whole whatever kind of marker exploration time period for me. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let's see. I do have my swatch thing that I did, but see, I don't have room to have that out on my desk even. Let's see if I can do that without any disaster occurring. Now that I've added this swatch book to the things I have on the shelf to the left of me, I have to. I can't put all my books back on that shelf, so now I gotta rearrange that again. Okay, so this is my. Oh, this is different. I'm actually gonna look at something I swatched. That's a miracle. A miracle. Do I really? Let's see. Pink. I put the pink in there. I'm going to look at the colors that are kind of lighter since I'm thinking of putting pencil over this afterwards. And I apologize if I'm not coming right in and coloring. Oh my gosh, my hands are so dry. I'm going to put lotion on my hands. Um, but hey, this is me. I spent my morning doing a combination of cleaning and writing. And so now I'm switching gears. Just going to relax for a bit and then I'll get on to my second half of the day of whatever that's going to be. Trying to have some balance in my life. Trying to create balance. Okay. So I know I kind of want lighter colors because I want to go over the mandala with pencil. I do want to use pencil. So this seems like this is going to be a long process mandala. So what's this color here? I need my glasses. I need my glasses. Okay, let's look. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because I've been cleaning everywhere else in the house. This room has quickly, my desk has reverted to cray cray. But okay, so I like the fruit pink, pink, which is number 28, salmon pink, number 25, number 135, 18 is pretty good. I like 7. I don't know, when it gets into the, I'm not, I don't know about that one or that one. Gonna stay out of the reds maybe for now. I think I'm just picking colors I want to start out with. Yeah, see, this that combination, coloring and cleaning. It's kind of like the coloring gives you kind of like a little quick treat or reprieve from the cleaning. I like these. So light pink, 138, pale lilac, 147. What does it say? Dawn blue light. And one thing I try to do when I'm coloring things, and I'm able to focus on this, more with mandalas, is to always use a different set of colors. So that's one reason why I'm in here right now, picking out to make sure I don't choose anything that's the same as what I've used in previous. And I did a lot of blues in the previous mandala, so I'm going to try and stay away from all of those if I can. Although I'm kind of liking that cerulean. Probably should stay away from it, but I'm going to write it down anyway. I keep looking at that one. See, I'm writing down these blues. I need to stay away from them though. But as I'm going through and coloring, because I wish I could keep this out on my desk while I was coloring, but there's not enough room. My desk has become kind of taken over again. The pale green is nice too. I don't know why I skipped that. Need something other than pink and green though. Maybe if I lean towards the yellows in this one, I think that'll be helpful. Lean towards the yellows and the oranges. So I'm not going to say no to any of the yellows or the oranges. When it comes to the blues, I'm going to be choosy about that. But all these colors here, these from this one to that, and then from, like, say, the scarlet to the dark yellow, it's like, whatever. That's one's going to be open. Open season on those. Okay. So I kind of got a plan. Kind of, sort of. A rough plan. Oh boy. Okay. So now I need my marker again. And I'm going to try to do what? I don't know. Let's see. This I can keep close by. Let me make a note to myself. Open season on yellows and oranges. Just as a reminder to myself. Okay. So we could actually start with an orange to like really put our foot in it. Da, da, da. And I think, do I want to block? Oh, I know what. I want to block out colors with the lighter ones. That's something that I said I wanted to do when I start this. So I'm not sure that I want to do that though. I thought about blocking out colors, but I think in a way it might be better to block out colors with, I don't know. Morning bubbles. One thing I don't want to do is think too hard. That's one thing I don't want to do. So let's just stop that right now and just start coloring. Who cares what happens? I don't care. I'm just going to color. I didn't think too hard for everything else I did today so far. So I'm not thinking hard for this. And I kind of I lost half a day yesterday because after I did that video yesterday and I really wasn't feeling right, and it took a while for me to realize I wasn't feeling right, and I laid down for 6 hours. I think I slept like for 6 hours. I and I had to take aspirin. Not aspirin, actually. Took Tylenol. Took some Tylenol. I had a really, really bad sinus, head and face ache. Couldn't just say a headache because it was just, my entire head was just like, ow. And I haven't had one in so long, I didn't know what it was. But I couldn't do anything. It was awful. I haven't felt like that in a long time. And I think it just was the result of all the crevices and crannies I've been cleaning. I was cleaning the day before. Um, yeah, it was revenge of that. I probably should have worn a mask. And I probably need to wear a mask whenever I do that. But I didn't. And that was the price I paid. So something I'm doing with, I'm trying to practice, like I said, I'm trying to figure out how to use all these different markers. So everything I'm coloring in, I'm kind of, you know, trying to develop my skill with it and trying to see what do these things do now? How are you supposed to work it? So da, da, da. Did I miss any? It's always the thing with these. It's like the repetitiveness and making sure you get every single one. Because sometimes they'll throw something in there to throw it off. I don't know if that's going out of the box of how Mandala is supposed to be or what, but I've noticed that sometimes where they will, some of these they'll they'll throw off the pattern and then it throws me off. It's like, wait a minute. Then other times the pattern will be there, but I will miss one somehow. This is kind of, it says dark yellow. It's kind of like an ochre. So tomorrow I have a meeting, so I'm going to be gone in the morning for that. Friday I have 2 doctor's appointments. One is local and one's like an hour away. And I don't like going to that doctor either. The one that's an hour away. I don't know. We just don't have a good rapport. It almost seems like he's scared of me or something, which like I don't think I'm scary. I think he's scared of me and it's hard to, I don't know, it's weird. I wish like, I don't know. I wish he would give his practice to somebody else or something. I don't know. I have to go there Friday, so I have to go to that appointment first, the one that's an hour away, and then um, that's at 10, and then I have to be back here for my eye appointment at 2. So I'm hoping that's gonna work. Usually the appointments with the guy that's an hour away, are short, but you never know. And then I don't know how traffic is gonna be because it's construction season. So I thought about canceling my appointment or rescheduling my appointment for my eye appointment, but I really don't want to because I already have another appointment I have to reschedule, and I have been trying to reschedule that since May. Like, well, the appointment was in May. I had to cancel it and told them I'll call and reschedule. So I've been trying to reschedule that since the beginning of June, and still can't get it. Like, right? It's crazy. So I don't want to have to be trying to reschedule any other appointment. I don't know why I got those side by side. Oh, too late now. Trying to use the blunt end because I'm always using the other tip. The, what do they call it? It says it on here. The fine tip. It's easier for me, but like I'm not gonna learn if I don't use them both. So I'm having problems eating again, which is kind of driving me nuts. Ooh, that dries really nice. I like that color. Yeah, it looks like there's an uneven number of these objects in here. Because I did it. Oh, I didn't do every other. Not really. See, it was me. Was it me? Oh well, whatever. It's done now. I can't go into that math, M-A-T-H zone, or I'll flip out. I don't know. The mention of numbers just flips me out. Ooh, that's good. What was in the salad? I am so longing for salad. I wonder if I should cancel that eye appointment or reschedule it. I hate to do that though. if I do that, then I can stop at Panera. But then, like, that's always weird because I can't eat salad, really, but I could try, I suppose. I don't know. It's kind of annoying. This whole food thing is annoying. I like this color. Cream. It's called cream. We need this in more places. Where do we want it? I'm going to put it here. Also practice using the broad tip. I feel like this is an agility skill or something. I'm afraid I don't want to go that way. I'm going to mess it up if I go that way. So I put in a video. I don't know if you can see it on YouTube, but I put in there M Beans because this is like her challenge, I believe, or I learned of it from her. And just wanted to, show I'm with it. Solidarity. Adobe chicken, parm cheese, pasta, dried veggies. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, why am I doing these the same color? I guess we're doing these the same color. That's what's happening. Like, what's her name? That I watch her. What's her name? Oh my gosh, she looks like a cartoon character. This is happening, or this is not happening. I haven't seen a video of hers in a while. I'm gonna have to look her up as soon as I remember her name. She's hilarious. It's so funny. Like I'm remembering names. There's like so much in my head that I don't know. That I finally remembered the name of a band I was thinking of when I was talking on a video one time about like what used to be called in, I don't know if it's still called this, but used to be called industrial music. And the name of the group is Controlled Bleeding. And I all of a sudden thought of it, remembered it yesterday when I wasn't even thinking about music at all. And all of a sudden I remembered the name of the group. I'm like, oh brother. That's just ridiculous. Talk about delayed reaction. But the name of the group is Controlled Bleeding. And I didn't, because I was doing something totally irrelevant to that. I didn't bother to go to Google to see, are they still around and all that kind of stuff, what they're up to. But I will at some point because I can't even remember some of the things they did, but I know I used to listen to them, but I can't remember anything from them. Controlled Bleeding, which I found out from my best friend. I heard about them through him. So and I'm subscribed on YouTube to this channel called The Boiler Room, and they have, DJs that do EDM of various styles. And I don't even know all the genres. I really don't. Sometimes when I look at the chat and I see some people talking about it, and then I catch, that this is a particular genre or whatever. But in my day, there weren't all those genres. So they sound like an old lady in my day, but in my day, there wasn't all that because it was just kind of coming out the closet, coming out and coming to be, because of course the electronics are what make electronic music possible. And like Kraftwerk was like, you know, the father or whatever of electronic music when I was, in my 20s. They were the old guys doing it. Not necessarily old, but they were the ones, the pioneers or whatever. Then music went to that whole new wave thing, post punk, and so there was a lot of electronics in that, keyboards and other things. And then the popularity of you know, regular people owning computers first started kind of like with music producers using um, computers. And my boyfriend at the time actually was a pioneer kind of in that. He was one of the first people to do that, definitely in the area I lived in, but actually there were also people that would, I don't know, I hope I'm not gonna, well, I'm not worried about doxing myself, I ain't got nothing to hide, but he was one of the people who, if they, his work and some of the studios he worked with was comparable. People would come to him from downstate because his quality was at that level. He was kind of really, he kind of went places, he was pioneering kind of in his approach. I think that was one thing I really liked about him, to be honest, was his pioneering kind of approach to music. I still have the sewing machine he gave me for my birthday one year. It was a used sewing machine, but it was like, I don't, I was always, we were both that kind of people that like we didn't need new on everything. We needed good, and this sewing machine is like so good that I still have it, and that was like in the 80s that he gave that to me. And it's a Singer, and it's in a table. It's the kind that actually sits inside a table. And he got it at a, I don't know, he got it at a yard sale or something like that. And when I moved here, like, which was like how many years later, 20 years later after I received it, and I looked for a place to take it just to get for it to get a tune up. And the people at the repair shop or whatever were so amazed that I had um, a sewing machine that old in a cabinet that was running that well. And they didn't really, it was just like, oil this, do this, and done. But I don't know how I got on that subject. Mhm. And forgive me if my speaking sounds weird. It's the usual. I have the rubber bands in my mouth. But I guess this is kind of like having the rubber bands in my mouth are kind of like, last stage kind of thing. Like we're at the, in the third trimester or something of, well, maybe not that far with the braces, but it'll be a year in October, so it's not quite third trimester, but maybe second half or something. I don't know. So let me put in here that I use cream number 36, and it was a dark yellow. Where did I put that dark yellow? Because I think I want to change and do a different color somewhere. And come back to these in a bit. This does not look like green. It says fresh green. No. Oops, my lotion thing fell down. Fresh green. Does that look like green? That don't look like green to me. I should look at my book, or I'll just swatch it like a normal person. Let me swatch it. Isn't that um? That's not green. Okay, that's why they cost what they cost. Inexpensive because they're kind of whack. Okay, where do we want this? I don't know why I'm putting it there so close to that, but I am. Like, I can always go over this with pencil if I don't like the color, so I can go over it with pencil and change it. And that might be a real experimental process too, because who knows what pencil I'll use to like change the color or add to this. It might totally change, I don't know, the color scheme of this. If I put a pink pencil on top of this, or a green pencil on top of it, a blue pencil on top of it, all of those are going to react differently to the color that's underneath, I would imagine. So when it comes to color, I just like to play. I really do. I probably should put on music. I feel like somehow I hit a place where um, I have arrived at something with those mythographic books, particularly aviary, because that's the only one I've ever worked in. That's the one I'm working in. I feel like I hit something the other day, or I'm finding out something about the way I color, and, and that I um, may have improved on something or learned something that I didn't know before. Because when I did those last two pages, the one with the red peacock, or the peacock that I'm making red, and then the other one with the cockatoo, I was doing things that it's like, did I do that? And looking at it like, how did I do that? But it's like my head with both of those slipped into like a kind of painter mode. And so the way I used the pencil was dictated by out of my painter head. Kind of interesting. So, and it just came out, and I don't know, it just came out. But I did with and I probably should save this conversation for when I am working on the red peacock, but I did start out, I was thinking about how to block out color on there because it's such an intimidating picture with all of those lines. All the lines are intimidating. And I kept looking at that picture since I got the book and saying, oh, I'm never coloring that. I'm never coloring that. That's what he kept saying. And but the day I started coloring it this past last week, um, I just started blocking out the color with a red pencil, coloring very lightly. Everything that belonged to the peacock that I wanted to be red. That's how I started. Lightly coloring all of it red, and then went in after to add, you know, detail and more color, and yeah. Oh, it was interesting. Do I want this to be yellow? I don't know. I feel like I want the circles to be yellow. I also said, I think I said to myself, well, I'm going to be coloring Kirby in September anyway, so, like, you know, and I don't like this page anyhow because it's intimidating, so it doesn't matter how I do it. So once I did that, I think that kind of freed me. One of those, like, write the worst story you could possibly write to set out doing that. Paint the ugliest painting you can think of. Color this page the ugliest you can think of coloring it. And once you do that, it kind of, I don't know, kind of releases you from the idea that you're going to mess up. No, kind of twisted. I know I've said that before too on here, but I don't know. As I always say, find as many ways to begin, and then you never have a block at whatever it is you need to do. Whether it's cleaning, writing, painting, sewing, going somewhere you don't want to go in your car. Life's too short for fear, for irrational fear. Life's too short. Okay, let me turn on some music. I wish I could play the music I want to play. Like, we're gonna settle for chill hop on Restream. If I can get it at the right volume. There we go. Oh, I was covering places and you couldn't see. That's what I hate about this. I try to remember and move things, but I don't always remember. Could move this a little higher, but I can see my nice new. I got a new stapler, and it's bright red, so it doesn't get lost on my desk. I love it. It's so bright. It's pretty. I tried to use a stapler alternative, and it just wasn't working for me. Oh, not not as convenient and not as helpful. It kind of messes up the pages so that you can't. The stapler alternative that I had, like, it actually kind of punches a hole through all the pages in the corner and bends it. Um, but that's a problem when I have to separate those pages and make copies or whatever. So it's like, no. And then when you take the pages apart with that alternative stapler, um, the pages also don't lie flat. So yeah, it's like, no, they ain't gonna work. So I'm kind of excited to think about the colors I can go over this with, to be honest. Which kind of makes me want to put these neutral, similar colors together just to, I don't know. Let's see, I probably should use the broad tip and not be so chicken. Speaking of chicken, bubbles, that salad sounds really good and it's giving me ideas. I'm thinking of doing what do they call it? Sheet something dinner where you put everything on a cookie sheet or whatever, cut up all your vegetables and meat and all that, and then just shove it in the oven. I'm thinking of doing that. I still have those vegetables marinating from like, I don't know, late last week. It has lemon juice on it, so it's okay. And the refrigerator is like super cold. But because of the cleaning project that arose, it was always there, but suddenly it was like, okay, I need to do it now. Um, that circumvented my cooking. So it was a good thing I marinated those things really intensely, including the lemon juice, because it needed it to be there. And I need to cook them today. And I've been tossing around all kinds of things to make with it. And now I'm thinking, well, I was thinking about making a paneer. Paneer? Well, not a paneer, no, making a dal, and roasting the vegetables and having them on top of it. Um, but I just don't feel like it. And it's hot outside, so I don't really want a dal when it's hot outside. Okay, Bubbles, take care. Have a good nap. Then, so I thought about making a dal. I mean, I could still, I don't know, I could do that, but no, I don't. I don't want to do that. I don't know. But the thing is, with making a dal, I wouldn't have to worry so much about chewing, you know? That's a benefit to that. But, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard when you can't really chew normally. This is really annoying. Eating becomes just way too problematic to the point where I really don't want to eat. And that's a problem too. Because you have to eat. I need nutrients. So, but eating normally becomes like, oh brother. Okay, well, I don't know. It's just a weird thing to negotiate. To have to negotiate. It's times like these I need my mother, who would just check off all the boxes, healthy, chewable, whatever, how you eat it, all that other kind of stuff. She would do all that and then, make it for me. And then all I have to worry about is negotiating the eating of it. Half of which the problems of it she would have already figured out, and I don't have to think about it. But she's not here, so I gotta do it. My husband's not good at that kind of thing. What did you bring home the other day? You brought home for me to eat, and I was like, okay. No, I can't. I don't know why he doesn't get it, but he doesn't get it. Yeah, it's kind of a problem when Mandala's coloring pages that go over the image isn't entirely on the page. It, that's kind of annoying. But we're gonna work on it as much as we can. And this is, did I write this one down? Fresh green, which is actually yellow, but we're not gonna judge. Do I need to go out of this color now? I feel like I do. Cherry pink. Did I put cherry pink on this list? 135. That's 135. And what have I used already? I have a lot on here. Yep. I'm gonna do pale lilac. Just because it really takes it out of the zone. I need this one. I feel like mandalas are like perfect. One of those things for practicing how to use different tools because of their repetitiveness. You know, kind of has practice in it, embedded in it somehow. I also watched a movie yesterday that was really stupid, but I watched the whole thing though. It was called it's on HBO Max, and it's called Abigail. And I'm not gonna I won't say anything more about it, but it's kind of a vampire movie, but not your not typical. I guess maybe that's one reason why I kept watching it is that you didn't really know what was going to happen. There were some tropes in there that you see in certain films today of various kinds, but then yeah, but it was different. It was a different take on some things. I don't know. I can't believe it. I actually thought it was a series. I didn't realize it was a movie, and I started watching it. I was like, oh, it's a movie. But I watched the whole thing, and I didn't fall asleep. So that says something. Because I usually fall asleep during stuff, especially like if I don't like it somehow, or if it's not catching me enough. I thought I was going to be watching the Olympics because Actually, no. This wasn't on. It was on. What is it? It was on Peacock. Peacock Plus, not Max. Because I actually got Max to watch the Olympics, and then like I'm not watching the Olympics. Like if that makes any sense. But I saw that when I had signed up the other day, and I thought, that looks interesting. Let me watch that. I'll have to watch that. And I wound up watching it yesterday. The Abigail. Instead of watching the Olympics, I just like feel like it's so confusing now with the Olympics. It used to be like it was on one channel, it was on ABC, a part of Wide World of Sports or whatever, and that was what was on, and it would be on like I don't know, it would be on all day as long as the Olympics were on. It was on all day except I don't know. It seemed like it was on all day. But now it's like all these different places and I don't know. I can't deal with the switching of like from I don't know. It's just so much to keep track of. So I got to keep track of my life. I don't, just it's kind of annoying. And I don't have time to figure out like, oh well, which one do I want to follow and like what time does that come on and oh brother, it's like I can't now. I'm like forget it. I did watch some of the men's gymnastics. Um, but I think my favorite, like with the gymnastics, is well, I saw the one guy on the rings. Oh my gosh, the steel rings. That was crazy. That was crazy. It's like that's why they're built like they're built. Those muscles from all those things they're doing on there. The staying still is just incredible. Just incredible. But in gymnastics, my favorite, everybody likes the floor work and stuff with the women, but I love the parallel bars. Is it the parallel bars? The bars, yeah, they're parallel. They're just different heights. That's my favorite. But after seeing them on those rings, seeing that dude on there, what's his name? The guy from I think is he from New Texas or New Mexico? Um, and his mom was a gymnast too. So after seeing him on those rings, I don't know. I think I'm a fan of rings. I had forgotten about that one. That's just amazing. I do want to see the track, but like, shoot, I may have already missed it. I don't know, but I may have time to look up when that is and make that and be able to see that because I really do want to see like um some of the track with the actual running. Don't really want to see the shot put in the discus. I actually, I actually have a shot put in discus because um I found out, and I can't remember the name of it now, but there's some kind of thing that some people who sell stuff on Amazon will do where they will just send their product to random people, um, so that they then can somehow post a rating themselves for their um, object, their product. And one day I received a package from Amazon and it was a shot put in discus. I didn't even know what it was. I had to kind of like investigate because I'm like, what the hell is this? And the package was heavy as crap and it was like really ripped up and everything when I got it. It was addressed to me, but I never ordered it. I'm like, that's some craziness. So when I found out what the thing was, and then I reported it to, looked it up on Amazon, looked up, the thing, and that's when I found out, like, you know, from Amazon that that's what some, you know, bad sellers will do, is send the project randomly to somebody so that they then can post a review about it and up their product, even, basically create a fake review for a product that they randomly sent to somebody else. I don't know, it's really weird. I got to look up the name of it again because I'd never heard of it before. But so I reported it, to Amazon, and when you do that, then they address the seller, you know, probably remove the seller and all that other kind of stuff. Um, let's continue with this color. Kind of taking turns with the colors and making them part. I think sometimes background, sometimes, you know, supporting act, sometimes main attraction. If you can translate those to the position of these objects, it's kind of what I try to do when I color mandalas. I don't know how I categorize it. Yeah, so I have a shot put in discus, and so basically, um, just want to give it to a local school that has that program, you know, because I can't use it. But just picking up the freaking box is really like, it's a good lord. And how many schools have a discus and shot put program? Like, I don't know. And then I discovered that like they come in different weights, both of them, the shot put and the discus. And so I don't know. I don't know what weight is appropriate for what age. But I just want to get rid of the thing. Otherwise, they're just going to be glorified paperweights or something that never get used because nobody needs that much weight to hold down a piece of paper. So, that was the strangest thing. Yeah, I don't know how I could. I don't know. I wonder how long it would. I don't know. How long would it take for me to finish this mandala if I thought about it? If I don't know. I don't plan on finishing this in one sitting. I can tell you that much. I wish I could for the sake of, Mandela Monday, but I don't. I can't see that happening. It's gonna take me a few Mondays. Well, maybe not that long. Because I do a lot of thinking while I color. I look at the color and I'm just thinking about, okay, what color next? What color next? It's kind of in the back of my mind, you know. I don't want to color something just for the sake of coloring it. And of course, like I don't play my palettes. I don't know. Nothing really good comes out of me if I plan it. It just, I don't know enough um, logically, like for my logic brain. I guess I don't deal with art from my logic brain. I deal with other things from my logic analytical brain. Or, I don't know. With coloring, it's like I see it, I just start out doing, and then I analyze while I'm doing. But I don't like, I can't conceptualize the whole thing before I start. I'm not able to do that. Guys. And I should use let's switch to the broad tip. As you can see, I do favor the fine tip. I need to learn how to use both. The set of markers are my training wheels for marker use. Ooh, I can't get get down here so you can see what I'm doing. I want to only the squared off ones. Have you squared off one I can see? Yes. I think of this probably as a squared off one. And this probably is. And this one. Oh, I'll drop it. Hmm. And the square ones are all pretty. I can do it outside. Everyone. I do this with a broad tip. Let's try. Hmm. Can I hold it that way? For some reason, I am craving egg salad today. I want an egg salad sandwich. I just don't want to make an egg salad sandwich. I just want to eat it. Actually, might be a good idea to make egg salad. I have a bunch of canned goods that, like, I went through them. That was one of the things I was doing. Going through stuff that we've canned over the years and inspecting the jars and the lids and getting rid of the ones that, like, needed to be gotten rid of. Because there's usually only one thing that I can, and that's zucchini pickles. And we wind up giving a lot of them away just because, I don't know, it's become something I've become known for, these zucchini pickles. But there were other things that we've tried to can, that, I don't know, we don't really eat. And I didn't do dill pickles because I don't really like dill pickles. But my husband did. He wanted to do dill pickles. I'm like, well, okay. But I don't eat dill pickles. I'm like, well, who's going to eat this stuff? And I don't like canning anything I don't think I'm going to eat. But he just wanted to play. And those playthings are still sitting there. And then I have some experiments that we haven't really done anything with. And there's one thing, oh my gosh, that's what I should try. I tried pickling BEET stems because I didn't want to throw everything away. Um, so I decided I'm going to open the jar and I'm going to try them. And if they don't taste good, I'm dumping them. But if they do taste good and if their flavor profile fits, I could easily mix those with, boiled eggs and make egg salad with it. That'd be interesting and add an interesting vitamin kick to it. Hope I didn't gross anybody out with that, but um, yeah. Oh, but I don't know how they beat a chew though. I gotta think about that too. They're cut up really small though, so let's see. I'm not doing those with that because I did the inside. I think I've had enough. I've done enough of this color. Time to move on. So pale lilac. And how long have I been on here? An hour? Okay, feels about like that. This is back here, wasn't it? Do we want to do one more color? Hmm. Do we have an orange? I don't really have any orange in here. What does coral look like? Because again, I'm trying to stay away from any color that I've used already in the previous mandalas. So I don't know that I really have any orange. So I'm going to use orange. Just got to figure out where. Do we want it front and center? I don't mind that this color is actually this is darker because I went in with colors that were lighter um, already, and I think I have enough of those to kind of help guide. I don't know where I wind up going with this because the lighter colors I'm probably I'm going to be coloring over those with pencil, and what color pencil I use may not actually be the color of the marker. So, like over this pink, I might use a purple, I might use a blue. I don't, turquoise. I don't know what color I'm going to use over it. So, um, I'm going to see what comes to me, what I think of when I pick it up again after this section of working on it. Oops, a little bit. Concentrate. So after this live, I see. I almost said video because I can say that better than I can say L's. Live. After this, I think I'm gonna take some chicken out of the freezer to chop up that I can cube and make a sheet pan meal with it. That's what it's called, sheet pan meal. Um, and then I'm gonna put the chicken and potatoes on there. Probably put those on a sheet pan, maybe together, but put them in at the same time. And then put in the vegetables that I have in the fridge cut up, which is zucchini, squash, yellow summer squash, um, onions, and poblano peppers, and then put that in on a separate sheet, and then that's going to be dinner. Toss them all together, maybe make some kind of, I don't know, aioli or something or whatever to go over with it, or dip some things in with it or something. I wonder if I should do that or not. I'm gonna. Do. Maybe I don't do. Mm. Uh-oh, I just feel like my nose is stuffing up again. Is this the same time it did it yesterday? That's really strange. Okay, I'm starting to think I'm gonna need some extra fine tip alcohol markers because I really kept going over the lines. I was trying to see if I could do it from a different angle and still be, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the cost. Well, I'm not doing much better with this one. Is that all of them? Looks like it. Something about this kind of kicked it up a notch. Hey, Levon. Thank you. Something about adding this color opened up my thinking about what other colors could possibly be in here. I don't know. I felt that happen in my head. Just thought I'd share that. I guess I'm kind of like trying to document how I come up with the colors I come up with in things. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But if anybody ever wondered how I do that, I'm just like, well, I couldn't say how I do it, but I can like document my process in a live. So, and then you can say how I do it, and then let me know because I don't know. Did I get them all? Yep. Okay, let's set up again. I'm getting hungry though. I really do need to eat. Let's just see if there's anywhere else we can put these. Do I dare do the little circles or no? I don't want to get too crazy with it, but I do want to do the places I feel it works. Let's write down this color first and then coral pink. Yeah, they are. It's kind of why I like doing them um, in between doing like more intricate or more, you know, referent kind of coloring pages because they just kind of let you relax. So I feel like I want more of this somewhere. Stay on the line. Sometimes the danger when you find a color you like is that you just keep using it too much in the page because it just makes you so happy. The color makes you so happy, and then it's like, oops, I done did too much. So I'm trying to avoid that. I don't know why, but I feel my allergies did something. I don't know what happened. Something changed in the house. I don't know if it's something my husband was working with or what, but I feel it. Voice cracking, nose getting weird. Well, it's the weather's changing. It might be that too. My nose is strange. Oh, I forgot the other thing I thought about making with those vegetables I have in the marinating in the fridge is to make pad thai. And that's probably the easiest thing I can make. I don't have to thaw out chicken for that. Oh, I could put chicken with it. So I could still roast my vegetables. Don't do any potatoes. Optional to do chicken. Just have to make the sauce, which is easy. Just gotta do it. And boil the noodles, which I have. And actually, that sounds better to me. Hmm. I think the whole thing is I don't want to have to do it. I don't want to. I don't want the labor part. I just don't feel like it. I've been working, just working. I don't feel like doing more work, really cooking. But the only way it's going to happen is if I do it. Man, just thought of something like, but I don't need more noodles. But where I have to go on Friday, it's an hour away. There is an Asian grocery nearby, but because I have an appointment locally after that one, I can't really stop in the Asian store. It kind of stops. But I have enough noodles anyway. I have some actually in the freezer too. So the last time I went there, I could actually get fresh ones if I go there. A fresh ramen. Mhm. I really do like the meditative um, aspect of coloring mandalas. I do. Kind of went over the line. Okay, I think this is where we're going to stop. A big chunk of things got a base. What's back look like? Ooh. Now the backs of these pages have like a design on them, so this is kind of blending. That's kind of pretty. It's blending both the design, what I colored, with the design that they already had on there. Let me get in the middle, which is kind of cool. It's kind of neat. Okay, so what I'm gonna try to do is when I this video gets up, I'm gonna try to um, download it and then make a version of this without any of my talking and speed it up for people who like, that kind. I know I like watching those kind too. Um, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm also then going to record any progress that I do on this. Anything that I happen to do between now and next Monday, I will record it and I'll upload that as a without words um, video. That's my plan. So, thanks again to M Beans for suggesting, coming up with this or sharing this challenge, Mandala Monday. Um, I'm enjoying it. Um, and thanks, Levon. And thanks, everybody, for watching. And have a good rest of your Monday and a great week. Bye bye.